Four wings are banged up. The only way I can let prisoners out of their cells is a landing at a time.
Won't stop us seeing Sam Beal, though.
No, but he's behind all this trouble, so I want your inquiry over as soon as possible. Otherwise, we'll have a full-blown riot on our hands.
The three suspended officers.
A good men. No real evidence against them. I had to suspend them for their own safety.
According to their records, two of them were involved in the death and custody incident 5 years ago.
Yes, and if you bothered reading the report, you would have seen they were cleared by the official inquiry. Senior Officer Sinton will take you up with the twos and take care of anything you might need.
Thank you, Governor.
I had 7 prisoners lined up to see you after Beal, but now they're all refusing to cooperate.
Are there any officers we can talk to?
There's only one who would be any use to you, Steve Radcliffe. He was on duty with the suspended officers at most of the relevant times. This way, please.
What do the staff think about the suspensions?
They reckon the officers are being made scapegoats for the governor's failings.
You think the officers are guilty?
Listen, a place like this only works if you're a team, so you've got to go with your mates. It's like some scrub saying to you, your DC's on the take. Who do you believe?
Yeah.
This way.
DS Beach. DC Glaze, Sunhill.
Welcome to my world.
We'll be all right, Mr. Sinton. Thank you.
Okay.
So, you want to talk about the statements me and Nikki Tang made?
That's right, yeah.
Ruffle some feathers, have I?
3 prison officers suspended. Police investigation. I think you could safely say that, Sam.
Well, I'm not withdrawing anything. What me and Nikki Tang said is the truth. We were assaulted by those officers.
Right. First things first, though. You're doing 5 years for dealing.
This is an official inquiry, and you haven't even read my sheet.
I want to hear it from you, Sam.
Beal, Samuel, Robert, 5 years dealing smack.
Don't be so modest, Sam. You were dealing smack to school kids, right? And you make a lot of complaints, don't you? The governor's even got you down for starting all this unrest.
You're all stuck in here 24/7, complaining gives you something to do. But none of this is down to me. These cons are pissed off because nothing happened to those officers. They've only just been suspended.
Okay. Convince us that your statement isn't just a waste of time like the rest of your complaints.
Listen, I've put myself on the line saying all that stuff while I'm still stuck in here. And now look at me. On segregation. Banged up in Teletubby land with all the nonsense, and they say it's for my own protection.
Can we concentrate on the alleged assault?
And how do I know that this inquiry isn't some kind of whitewash?
Sam, if your statement's true, those officers can't be allowed to get away with it. The law may have put you in prison, but it's also there to protect you.
So, what do you want to know?
What injuries did you receive?
5 cracked ribs, bruisings to my back, chest, sickness, headaches.
What did they pick on you?
Like he said, I make a lot of complaints.
How often were you assaulted?
7 times.
Where did the assaults take place?
On C Wing, in the cells mainly, sometimes in the recesses. That's the showers. And I went to the medical officer every time those bastards beat me. But he just didn't want to know. All right, I'm a criminal. And prison is an occupational hazard. But what goes on here? No, that's something else. I'm telling you, someone would have died if me and Nikki Tang hadn't spoken out.
All units from Sierra Oscar 57, that's 57 Dunford Avenue. A burglary. The informant is the owner, Mr. Brooke. Any unit deal?
Sierra Oscar from Sierra Oscar 86. Show stealing, Sarge.
Prisoners asked to see you.
Yeah, who?
Alfie Jennings, 9 years into a life sentence for knifing a fellow gang member. He sees himself as a hard man from across the border.
Yeah?
He stabbed a guy to death. 27 times he stabbed him, almost severed his head. He's not on my list, but he was on the same wing as Beal and Tang when all this was supposed to have happened. You want to see him?
Well, if he wants to see us, yeah.
Okay, this way. Visitors, Jennings.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm DS Beach. This is DC Glaze, Sun Hill. Nice family.
Divorced 3 years ago. She's in Aberdeen. Take the kid with her.
Yeah?
Yeah. She's with an oil rigger now. He's away so much. Can't be much different from being married to me, eh? Still. Boy writes. I get to keep the photos and the memories.
You wanted to see us, right?
Right.
So, what about?
Oh, what you're after.
All right, you were on C Wing when Beal and Tang alleged they were assaulted, yeah?
Right.
So did you ever see a prison officer assault anyone during that period?
Not so fast. I've put in for a transfer to a Scottish Nick. Got to see my boy more than once a year, right? So you help me get it and I'll tell you everything you want to know. I'll even sign you a statement.
You know we can't make deals like that.
Well, I'm not messing about here, pal. You get me what I need and I'll give you what you want. I'm telling you, it's the only way you're going to get anything around this place. You take it or you leave it.
Phone call, Mr. Beech. Sunhill said it's urgent. You could take it in the office.
Right. Oh, thank you. What a waste of time that was.
But if he does know something, it might be checking it out.
Yeah, there's a chance of trying to get something out of the situation. Which phone?
That phone there.
Thank you. Yeah, DS Beach. Right. Tell them I'll meet them there. Yeah, thanks. Danny. It seems like one of our suspended officers has had his house turned over.
Right.
Look, 10 to 1, these allegations are malicious, but if you could hang on here, you know, see what you could find out, have a word with that prison officer, Steve, something like that.
What about you, Sarge?
I'm going to see what's happening on the out. Mr. Sinton,
Mr. Beech?
could you get me out of here?
Yeah, follow me.
Thank you.
DC Glaze, Sun Hill. You want to get off that?
Only get a short break, mate, so it's all the same to you.
Well, I don't have much time either. You know why I'm here.
Yeah. Everyone knows why you're here.
You were on duty with the 3 suspended officers when most of the assaults on Beal and Tang were alleged to have taken place.
Right.
Did you see or hear anything?
No.
But Beal and Tang reported sick after every assault.
Then you'll have to talk to your MO about that, won't you?
I will, Mr. Ackland.
Well, you're wasting your time. 2 low-life scum like Beal and Tang make statements, and everyone jumps through hoops. And what happens? 3 officers get suspended, could lose their jobs, but Beal stays here, and we're all supposed to carry on as normal.
So you believe the 3 suspended officers are innocent?
They've been set up.
Okay. If the allegations are malicious, why those 3 officers? Why not Sinton? Why not you? I'm going to find out what's going on here, Mr. Ackley. So you might as well...
And how are you going to do that? Huh? No one will talk to you. Even your friends, the black cons, won't talk to you. So why should I help you hang my colleagues out to dry?
Because your colleagues aren't above the law, and neither are you.
Mr. Brooke returned home to find his house wrecked, and I mean really wrecked. I've checked the neighbours.
And?
No one heard or saw anything.
So, kids?
Yeah, it looks like your best bet, but Mr. Brooke, he seems to think that he and his family are in danger, and he reckons he knows who did it.
Yeah, I bet he does. Thanks, Gary. Hi, I'm DS Beach. Thanks, Victoria.
Don Beech.
Yeah, do I know you?
Mark Brooke. I was a PC at Stafford Row 19 years ago. You were a DC, working a series of rapes. 5 old ladies?
That's it. You found the old girl in the garden?
It was a ditch.
Right. Long time ago.
Can't offer you any coffee. It's all over the kitchen floor. There's some malt the bastards missed.
No, thanks. It's a bit too early for me.
So, Don, you're here to talk about the statements Beal and Tang made.
Hmm?
I may be suspended, but I still have friends at Chadwell.
Of course. But right now, I'm more interested in who did this.
Nikki Tang. Has to be.
You reckon?
Well, there's nothing missing as far as I can see. I mean, look at it. It's just malice. And Tang was always a spiteful git.
And you don't think it could be anybody else?
No, Don, I don't. First I get suspended because of Tang and Beal, and then my house gets trashed.
Yeah, well, we'll be talking to Nikki Tang later.
I won't hold my breath.
Just the one child?
Yes. He lives with his mother.
I'm sorry.
Still see each other. She just couldn't put up with the job any longer.
Tell me about it. Look, Mark, I don't think this is the time or the place to discuss these assault allegations. I think you're going to have to come down to the station.
Sure, with my brief. But I want to guarantee this place will be safe.
Well, I don't think the people who did this are likely to come back for seconds, but if you like, I'll get uniform to pop in from time to time. Okay?
Brookie, I got your message. What the hell's happened?
Tony Lacey, DS Don Beach, Sun Hill. He's investigating the statements made by Beal and Tang.
It's bull. We never hit anyone.
Like I just said to Mr. Brooke, this isn't the time...
Yes, it is. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to work out that Beal and Tang are trying to ruin our lives. We're the victims here.
We can talk about this later.
Look, you're in the same line of work as us, dealing with all the garbage. But you don't expect it to follow you home, do you?
If you like, I can arrange for uniform to keep an eye on your place.
No. I haven't done anything. I'm not having them hanging around my place like I'm some common criminal.
There's obviously something going on in Shadwell, but everyone's plain deaf and dumb. No wonder those officers thought they could do what they liked.
That's if you believe Beal and Tang.
What did you get from Brooke and Lacey?
Well, it turns out I met Mark Brooke 19 years ago at Stafford Row. He was a plod. After a couple of years, they don't fancy life on the streets anymore, so they become screws. That way, if they can't nick them, they can make sure that they are locked up. And they still get to wear a uniform.
What do they say about that death in custody incident, Sergeant?
I didn't ask.
Didn't ask?
No, Danny, I didn't. Look, it was a long time ago, and I didn't think we'd gain anything from it.
But, Sarge, it links Brooke and Lacey with violent behaviour to a prisoner.
They were cleared, so let's leave it.
But what if they did do it?
All right, Danny, I know where you're coming from. You've probably got more reason than most to think that an inquiry would be a whitewash, but I don't deal in what-ifs. And standing in the wreckage of that man's home, I didn't think it appropriate to bring it up, okay? Got it?
Tang, these two gentlemen are detectives.
Thank you. I'm Detective Sergeant Beach. This is DC Glaze, Sun Hill. We're investigating allegations made by you and Sam Beal against 3 prison officers at Shadwell.
Yeah, well, I've got nothing to say to you. It's all in my statement.
When did you get out?
Just over 3 months ago. This, they call it home detention curfew. It's alert a receiver if I'm not home between 7 in the evening and 6 in the morning.
Very clever. Japanese, is it? Where were you at 9:15 this morning?
Here, I'm on an early shift. You can check.
We will. Oh, Edrington Square. Smooth.
DC Glaze, Sun Hill. This is DS Beach. Is Andy Chivers in?
Yes, I'll call him.
It might be better if we talk inside.
Right. Come in.
Who is it, Layla?
Andy?
DS Beach, DC Glaze. I've been expecting you.
Don't tell me jungle drums.
Tony Lacey phoned me about Mark Brooks' place. It sounded terrible.
Yeah, well, we can get someone to keep an eye on this place for you if you like.
No, thanks. I'm here all the time.
It's a nice place.
We only moved in 6 weeks ago. I'll make some coffee.
You don't have to go. There's nothing I can't say in front of you.
Well, I'm thirsty, even if you aren't.
A nice cup of coffee would be great.
Okay.
Look, I know why you're here, and I don't want Layla upset.
Yeah, but we do have to talk to you about these allegations.
Well, there's nothing to them. I've never assaulted anyone.
Mark Brooke, Tony Lacey.
I've never seen them hit anyone.
Wingett from Sierra Oscar, 2 Madison Street. It's an assault. The informant is a Mrs. Shreves, and she's waiting with the victims. The ambulance is on way. Anyone deal? Come on, someone, anyone.
Sierra Oscar from Sierra H6, show's attending.
Received, so there is life out there. Thank you, Gary.
But you're friends, right? I mean, you go out for a pint after work, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, we're friends, but mainly at work. I don't socialise too much. We've got to watch every penny we can, especially with Layla expecting.
But you get on okay with Brooke and Lacey?
Yeah, they've been very supportive since their suspensions.
We need all the support we can get if you lose your job.
It's not going to happen, darling. It'll all come out how we've been set up.
You think Beal and Tang set you and the others up?
Well, it's obvious, isn't it?
Why? Why are you three and no other officers?
Because we ran a tight wing, kept the inmates in line, and they don't like that.
Here, I'll go with him to Suffuse.
Well, it's lucky for Sam, isn't it?
Right, folks, do you see anything
Hi.
at all?
Can you see how you can come in?
Did you hear anything?
Nothing.
No, nothing. What's happened to
Whoa, hold on, madam, hold on. Do you know the victim?
He's my husband, Tony Lacey. He told me Mark Brooks's house was broken into this morning.
It's all right, just calm down. He's in good hands now.
I don't understand. Why wasn't you people protecting him?
What you got for us, Vicky?
He's still unconscious. According to his sister, they're worried about cerebral edema.
Pressure on the brain.
Swelling on the brain. And that's his wife with him. Do you want me to hang on, Sarge?
No. They'll let us know when he comes round.
Yesterday, Mr. Brownlow told Harry he would do the shadow investigation and got a lot of brownie points from the Assistant Commissioner. Today, we got one prison officer in St Hughes and another with his house wrecked.
Gov.
And the governor at Shadwell says his staff are up in arms about what's happened to the 3 suspended officers. So what's going on?
Well, we've still got to talk to the medical officer, but no one at Shadwell agrees with Beal and Tang's statements, sir.
And what about these officers?
Well, one of them, Brooke, is ex-job. We're going to talk to him and Chivers later.
Right, I want this sorted. I don't want the problems at Shadwell spilling out onto the street.
Are you sure about this, Sarge?
Look, the foreman said Nikki Tang's shift ended at 1, right? That is an hour before Lacey was assaulted.
But we know Tang didn't do Brooke's house, and he didn't strike me as someone who'd risk early release on a job just to have a go at Lacey.
Yeah, well, we'll see, won't we?
And he didn't even fit the witness description.
According to Gary McCann, the old lady said he could have been a foreigner.
Yeah? Since when's that been enough?
You know that's not what I mean, Danny. Lacey was assaulted, not robbed. We know that Tang has a motive and that his shift was over at the time of the assault.
Hold on, Sarge. How is it you're so sure that Tang's our man and your friend Brooke isn't just a thug?
In the same way that you think Brooke and the others are as guilty as hell and Tang and Beal are Sunday school teachers. That way. Hey, Nikki.
What are you doing here?
Your foreman said you'd be here.
Yeah? Well, what are you doing here?
I'd like you to come down to Sun Hill for a little chat, yeah?
Why? I haven't done anything.
Then you won't mind coming down, will you?
I ain't going anywhere with you. Now piss off before I come up with you.
All right, Nikki. Have it your way. I'm arresting you in connection with an assault on Tony Lacey.
Someone's put him in St Hughes.
Good for them. But it wasn't me. I said it wasn't me.
Anything
I didn't
you
do
say
it.
may be given in evidence.
Come on, brief. Come on, let's go.
Let's go.
Mr. Beech, my client has cooperated with you. The fact is, so far, your case against him is very thin.
We have a witness. We're waiting for Mr. Lacey to regain consciousness.
Oh, Mr. Lacey. You spoke to my client earlier today about a statement in which he alleges that Mr. Lacey and other officers at Shadwell Prison assaulted him over a period of months.
That's right.
And now my client is suspected of having assaulted Mr. Lacey. My client was deemed responsible enough for early release from prison on an electronic tag.
All that does is make sure he's safely tucked up at home at night.
Mr. Beech, my client is gainfully employed at Canley Laundries. The fact that you arrested him could result in him being returned to prison to complete his sentence.
Mr. Hanners, our inquiries regarding Mr. Tang's statement and the assault on Mr. Lacey are continuing.
In that case, might I suggest that you bail Mr. Tang while I talk to DCI Meadows?
The only visitor Beal's had over the last few months is his cousin Ozzy, you know?
He's done some petty in the past, but nothing heavy.
Address is 15 Atley House on the Maycroft.
Right.
SO Sinton says Dr. Caldip can't see her till after lunch. And the good news is, Tony Lacey's regained consciousness. It's going to be OK. It's not that you care.
All right, Danny. You hang on here, talk to the MO, right?
And Alfie Jennings?
No. You won't get anything out of him, forget it. Mrs. Lacey, DS Beach. Tony, can you tell me what happened?
I didn't see him. They came from behind. Hit me once. That's like hell.
The sister said he needs rest.
Did they say anything, Tony?
No, it just happened.
But why don't you leave him alone? You should be out there after Tang.
How you doing, mate?
He'll be all right, Mark. If they leave him alone.
It's all right, Mrs. Lacey. I'll be going now. But we will need a statement later, Tony, all right? Mark, could I have a quick word? Andy Chivers told me that the three of you have been set up by Beal and Tang because you ran a tight regime.
Don, can't we leave this till later?
Sorry?
Well, shouldn't you be out there after who did this?
Just answer the question, Mark.
Yeah, we kept things tight. Prisons operate a lot smoother if everyone knows where they stand. That way the cons know what to expect, and the officers know how far they can go.
And how far's that, Mark?
Within the limits of the job, Don.
It's just a sprain. Don't put any pressure on it. Come on, off you go. Now, Mr. Glaze, what can I do for you?
Dr. Calder, you examined the prisoners, Beal and Tang, each time they claimed they'd been assaulted.
That's right, he read my statement.
Yeah, but your findings didn't quite match their version of events.
My reports noted that the injuries could have happened in the gymnasium.
Why the gym?
Have you seen the way they play five-a-side in here? Or the injuries could have been a result of fights with other inmates. This is a very tough prison.
All right, Dr. Calder, let's follow your thinking.
Don't patronize me. I wasn't thinking. I gave a professional opinion. Now say what you mean, DC Glaze.
If the injuries had been caused in the gym or as a result of fights, wouldn't they have been more random, more visible? The point I'm making is the injuries to Beal and Tang seem to have been focused on parts of the body not normally visible.
I suppose that's one way of looking at it.
Dr. Calder, don't you think that somehow...
You can think what you like, DC Glaze. Nikki Tang was a member of a gang in Sea Wing. Intimidation, scamming phone cards. Oh, Beal was also involved. Fighting was an everyday fact of life for them.
DS Beach from Sierra Oscar receiving.
Go ahead, June.
About Ozzie Beal, his last known employment is listed as Candy Laundries.
Thanks, June. I owe you one.
Ozzie's out on his rounds.
You got his delivery schedule?
Yeah. Yeah, St Jacobs Hostel first, then the Woodhall Hospital.
Not St Hugh's?
No, we lost that contract. Then on to the hotels. The Alderbury, Brogan House, the Canberton, and then the Orissa on Brunel Avenue.
So where would he be now?
I should think on his way to Brogan House, then the Canberton, then the Orissa.
Right, thanks. Yeah, thanks a lot.
You just got a good doctor, haven't you?
Look, I need to have another word with Alfie Jennings. Can you take me back onto scene?
You're lucky I'm even talking to you after what happened to Tony Lacey.
It's something my DS once checked. You know what senior officers are like.
Yeah, but that wing's all banged up, so I'm not sure I can...
Mr. Rackley, it's important that I see Jennings. I don't want to waste time waiting to talk to the governor.
OK. Have it your own way. But it's not a good time for Jennings. He's just had his transfer request knocked back. Jennings wasn't on the SO's list of prisoners you were supposed to see, was he?
No, he wasn't.
Sure you need to talk to him? He can be a bit volatile. And if we get any problems, there's no other officers up there.
Just see me to his cell, yeah?
Visitor Jennings! I have to stay here with you.
I'll be all right. You can stand outside. Leave the door open. Alfie, I just wanted to have a quick word with you.
Ah, well, I'm not going anywhere.
Art of the Byzantine era.
Yeah, I'm doing a OU course on European art and history. It's either that, or painting garden gnomes in a workshop.
You must miss him.
It's 13 minutes, one way in, one way out. Now you tell me what the hell's going on here.
Shut it, Rackley, and piss off! I know your transfer request has been refused.
Oh, too right, pal. You two come sniffing around here yesterday. Next thing I know, my transfer's been blocked.
You asked to see us. You offered a deal.
And now you come up to see if you can put a wee bit of pressure on me, eh? When I'm on a downer. Squeeze me, see what comes out, eh?
Listen, Alfie, decisions like your transfer are taken at prison service headquarters. It just happened the day we saw you. Alfie, if you want to get back over the border and see your boy, banging yourself up in here with me isn't the way.
Listen, there's over 4,000 lifers in this system, and I can't afford to be forgotten. Now, doing something like this with you, it forces their hand. They've got to recognise me.
You carry on like this, Alfie, and they'll remember you for all the wrong reasons.
Don't you come out with me, pal. You want to ask yourself why that fascist Rackley walked away from the cell door.
He knew you were angry. Hope you take it out on me. They blame me and my DS because Officer Lacey's been assaulted on the out.
Open the door!
All they have to do is unscrew the hinges and the door opens outwards.
Well, who's a clever bunny? If you'd have been banged up in here as long as me, you'd have known that they ran out of money long before they could fit those doors on this wing. So when you leave, and how you leave, that is down to me, pal. Well, the governor will have everything moving now. The wing will be locked down. And they'll have a letter at headquarters. That DS of yours, he'll be wetting himself wondering what he's going to tell your boss.
So, where do we go from here, Alfie? What's your end game?
Well, you stay here until they send me back to Scotland.
You think they'll do that? You're in a lot of trouble here, Alfie.
That's bad news for you then, isn't it, pal?
Governor, it's my DC in there.
Yes, and what was he doing in there?
Look, let me have a word with Jennings. I'll make him see sense.
I invited the police in here to clear up an explosive situation. All you and your colleague have done and made matters worse. Mr. Sinton, carry on.
Right, let's move!
This is a prison matter, Mr. Meadows.
Alfie, you've dug a big hole for yourself here. And the longer this goes on, the deeper that hole gets. So, let me help you.
You're not in any position to help anybody.
Jennings, this is the governor. I want you to open this door.
Better be all right for your sake.
Alfie, the only way is to open that door before they storm in here and carry you out.
No, there's another way.
What?
They carry us both out.
No, Alfie. This photo says you're not up for that game anymore. What I'm saying is end it here and now. Help me and you might get something out of this.
You know as well as I do, the minute you walk out of here, I'm going to get a good kicking.
Then help me and we can both walk out of here. Look, I'll talk to the governor about this and you'll move north.
Oh, grass.
Alfie, grassing is when it's one of your own, not when it's them. Not when they're abusing their power, abusing your rights.
It's all right. Nothing's happened. I'm okay.
It's all right, Alfie. You'll be all right. I'm okay. Panic over nothing.
Mr. Sinton?
Nothing happened, Mr. Sinton. Nothing.
You all right, Danny?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Gov.
I told you, didn't I? Don't bother with Alfred Jennings.
You left me here to see what I could dig up.
Danny, we might be working apart, but we are a team.
Like when you told me you wanted Beal's cousin.
I didn't have to. All right. OK, so what did you get from Jennings? Oh, don't tell me. After all that, you came away with nothing, you plum. Is he a pal of yours?
It's from Alfie Jennings. Says forget the officers, check Beal's background.
Right. You check the records. I'll get back to Bill's cousin.
You reckon he's our man?
His laundry round takes him near to Brooks' address and where Lacey was bashed.
Sarge, I'm going back to see Beal.
Danny, the governor was ready to nail us to the wall over this. You don't go back in there on Jennings' say-so.
Sarge, so far, Jennings is the only one in this place to tell us anything.
You know, if you keep this up, Danny, they'll give you a little cell of your own.
Give me one good reason why I shouldn't be in with the governor grassing you for deliberately leaving me with Jennings.
You told me to wait outside.
You walked away.
Another prisoner called me.
Rubbish, they were all banged up. I told you I was going to find out what's going on in this place. Aren't you interested in whether Brooke and the others are guilty or not?
Look, it's not about who's guilty, OK? It's about who's right, who's wrong.
Yesterday, you said Beal was lying. So help me prove it. I've heard it's all to do with his past.
Oh, you're fishing, Detective Constable Glaze. Not so clever, are you?
Clever enough for you.
Ask Beal about his stepbrother. Now get out of my face.
No, it's not so easy. You take me up to see Beal. You wait there.
DC Glaze. Enjoy your bang up with Alfie Jennings, did you? You know, the bet around here was you'd be spread all over the walls by now.
You didn't tell us that your cousin Ozzy worked in the same laundry as Nikki Tang.
You didn't ask.
Is Ozzy trying to help things along? Even things up for you and Nikki?
Well, how would I know? I mean, I am in prison.
Ozzy is your only visitor and you have phone cards so you can call out.
And you're in dreamland.
I'll be honest with you, Sam.
An honest cop. You do make me laugh.
I don't like you, but I believe you.
So,
if I'm going to charge Brooke and the others, I need to know you're not pissing me around. You know, like there's something you're not telling us?
me and Nikki Tang told you the truth. Why else do you think Brooke and them have been suspended?
Procedure, that's all.
Well, I've nothing else to tell you.
Tell me about your stepbrother.
I'm not going to take you hostage.
Your stepbrother?
He's dead.
So tell me about him.
His name was Paul Carr. He was 17, and Brooke and Lacey killed him.
They were cleared by an inquiry.
Don't give me that. Five years ago, I was doing a 3-stretch in Strangeways. I got news Paul had died in the back of a van from Court to Manor Park.
Young offenders?
A seizure, they said.
So how do you know they killed him?
A fit 17-year-old. Never been ill in his life, in the back of a van with Brooke and Lacey. A seizure? I don't think so.
What about the inquiry?
Internal, wasn't it? There was no allegations. The only witnesses were Brooke and Lacey.
How can you be certain
that they killed Paul?
When you move around the system like I do, you hear things. Kids who were at Manor Park at the time, they're in the adult system now. They knew Brooke and Lacey and they talk.
But it's hearsay, Sam.
Look, I know what I know.
All right, but how did you come to be on the same wing as Brooke and the others?
Right. I kicked off the sentence in Birmingham. When I was transferred down here, I was put onto B wing.
Go on.
Brooke and Lacey were working together on C wing. Now, 5 years ago, I'd have had a go home. But I thought, what's the point? Just keep your head down. Then I started to hear rumours about the beatings on C wing. I got myself transferred onto the wing, and there they were, 5 years on, assaulting prisoners and getting away with it. Of course, eventually it was my turn for a beating. I made a formal complaint, but nobody backed me up, same as Nikki Tang.
Brooke and Lacey didn't know you?
Why should they? Paul had kept his father's name. There was nothing to connect me to him. Look, I swear to God I'm being straight with you. I never mentioned anything about Paul's death because I knew people would say I was making this whole thing up just to get even with him.
Sam, it's still your word against theirs. Is there anything else you can give me?
Like what?
Well, was one of them less involved? Look, if you want us to bring them down, we're going to need some sort of a hook. You understand?
Well, Brooke, he really enjoyed it, you know. Lacey, it was like he was in some kind of trance.
And what about Chivers?
Chivers, he was more squeamish.
Sierra Oscar 86 from Sierra Oscar receiving.
Go ahead, Sarge.
12-12 Edrington Square, a disturbance. It's Mrs. Chivers. She's asked for you.
On way.
Right, receive. Thanks, Gary.
Down there, he's just gone down there. He's wearing a grey top.
Sierra Oscar from 361 receiving.
Go ahead, Vicky.
Gary is following a suspect from Edrington Square going towards
Brownlow Avenue. Backup required.
Sierra Oscar from DS Beach.
Go ahead, Don.
Name's Ozzie Beal. Show me his assisting. I'm there.
Received. Thanks, Don.
Andy's at the shops.
Okay.
Oh. I was just resting and a brick came through the window and this man was kicking at the door and shouting.
361 from Sierra Oscar receiving.
It's okay, Layla, it's okay. Go ahead, Sarge.
As Gary and DS Beach have arrested Ozzie Beal, can you hang on there for Danny Glaze?
Will do, Sarge.
From where I'm sitting, Ozzie, you're in a lot of trouble. No one's going to take kindly to someone threatening a pregnant woman.
She ID'd me, has she?
You were seen running away from her house?
No. I was going back to the van at the Arissa. Then you started chasing me.
Don't insult our intelligence, Ozzie. Your cousins Sam and Nikki Tang are waging a vendetta against Andy Chivers and 2 prison officers.
Are they?
And you work with Nikki Tang, and Sam's told you to sort out the officers.
Worked that out all on your own, did you?
Sam told us.
I don't think so.
All right, Ozzie, I'll tell you how it's going to be. You're going to go down for assault and criminal damage. And if, and it's a big if, the 3 prison officers are ever charged, and if it ever gets to court, their defence will be that you waged a vendetta against them on behalf of your cousins Sam and Nikki Tang. Any half-good brief will get them off.
So what are you saying?
What do you want me to do, paint pictures? What you've done hasn't helped Nikki or Sam.
Look, what I'd done has got nothing to do with Sam and Nikki. It was ages ago they made those statements, and what happened, eh? Nothing. Then there's some stuff in the papers about what a crap place Shadwell is, and all of a sudden the 3 officers get suspended.
Ozzie, inquiries like this can go on for ages.
Yeah. And we both know that when it all dies down, the 3 of them will be back at work. And Sam will still be in there.
So you decided to make them pay? Or was it just to warn them off?
If that's what you think. you'd better charge me. Because I'm not saying anything else.
Vicky, is Andy Chivers back?
5 minutes ago.
Right. I need you to hang on while I question him.
Are you sure? His wife just had a bad shock.
It might increase the pressure on Chivers.
Hang on. She's 7 months pregnant. She's just been really shaken up. I can't see how that's going to help you talk to her husband.
I can't question him on my own, can I? Look, Vicky, it's my call. Just go with me, OK?
You've got experience with pregnant women, have you?
All right. Be ready to get her to the hospital, just in case.
All right. As long as I don't have to start boiling water.
You got the scum who did this?
Yeah, things should be OK now. But I have to ask you some questions. Did you assault Sam Beal and Nikki Tang?
No, absolutely not.
Did Brooke and Lacey assault them?
He told you before, he never saw them hit anyone.
Andy, the prisoners at Shadwell are a leery lot. It can't be easy dealing with them.
Look, I know what you're trying to do, and I'm not playing your game. I never hit anyone.
Why? Was it because you were the lookout? Is that why you didn't see anything? And if you were the lookout, why should you go down for their brutality?
And if I give you what you want, Brookie and Lacey, what then? You must know what it's like walking into a canteen and everyone stops talking.
People like that aren't worth it, trust me.
Andy, you have to tell him what you know. Look, we've worked too hard for everything to just lose it now.
She's right. And it won't be just your job you'll lose. You'll go to prison, Andy. Is that what you want for Layla and your child? Visiting you in prison?
Andy.
And when the cons find out you were a screw, you'll go on Rule 43, banged up with the nonces and perverts.
Shadwell was my first posting after training. I had it all worked out. A couple of years on the landing and then fast tracking to the governor grades. We just got married. What went wrong?
Go on.
The inmates knew I was a rookie. They made things difficult for me. At first it was silly stuff. My accent, things like that.
Oh, I didn't realise.
But then it got worse. So bad I almost quit. Then Brookie and Lacey came along and things changed for the better.
How did they change?
Brookie called it doing things the Shadwell way. No one stepped out of line.
You mean they were assaulting prisoners?
Yes, they assaulted the prisoners.
Did you take part in the assaults?
No, I was just a lookout, like you said.
Oh, Andy.
But you went along with it.
I knew it was wrong, but it was just so easy to stick with Brookie and Lacey. I wanted to get on, that's why I kept along with them.
There's something else. Did Brooke or Lacey ever mention a death in custody about 5 years ago?
Sarge.
I thought they were keeping you in for observation.
He's free to discharge himself.
Oh, what? Leaving town?
Going away for a few days.
Beal's cousin has admitted assaulting you and all the other stuff.
So we can go?
Yeah. After Tony's told us about the death of Paul Carr on the way to Manor Park 5 years ago.
I'm not under arrest. I can do what I like.
You want to be arrested? We can do that. Right here, right now, in this car park in front of all these people.
Yeah, we'll do it then, because there's no other way I'm talking to you.
I'm arresting you in connection with assaults on prisoners at HMP Shadwell.
You can't!
You don't
No!
have to say anything, but it may harm
Do
your
you know what they
defense.
do to him if he goes in prison?
Don't be
Cheerio!
Come on. Andy Chivers has made a statement about the assaults on prisoners at Shadwell. He also told us that you and Mark Brooke used to talk about the death in custody of Paul Carr. You want to tell us about that?
Paul Carr was a little yob.
Paul Carr was Sam Beal's stepbrother.
I'm not saying anything.
All right, Tony. You say nothing. You sit quiet and let Brooke put it all on you.
No. Me and Brookie keep quiet. You ain't got nothing.
Oh, wake up, Tony. We got a statement from Chivers implicating you and Brooke in the assaults at Shadwell. Your silence has gone out the window.
It's his word against ours.
Tony, if you don't see sense, then Brooke will.
It wasn't me.
I don't believe you. Tony!
I can't!
Do you really believe that he's going to hold his hands up to Paul Carr and the assaults and let you get away with nothing?
We've taken Paul Carr back from court. It was his first sentence and he starts kicking off. We couldn't hold him. So Brookie gets him on the floor and sits on top of him. Then he stops moving. It's only when we got to Manor Park we realised he's dead.
And the inquiry?
They tried to say that we choked the kid. Caused him to have a seizure. We both said it was an accident. But after, Brookie says how he held his hand over the kid's mouth. And after that I was in his pocket. Because he said if he ever went down, he'd take me with him.
Tell me what happened at Shadwell. Look, Tony. I know Chivers was the lookout. That leaves you and Brooke. And from what you've just said, I don't believe you were the leader in this.
I wasn't. It was Brookie. He started thumping anyone who got out of line. Soon it was anyone who we thought might cause a problem. And then it was just anyone. He made me join in. So what'll happen to me?
You'll go to prison.
Don?
You know why we're here, Mr. Brooke?
Carol Lacey rang me. You better get on with it.
I'm arresting you for assaulting Sam Beal and Nikki Tang at Shadwell Prison, and in connection with the murder of Paul Carr 5 years ago. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention, when questioned, something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given...
Murders. It was an inquiry. I was cleared. An official inquiry cleared me.
Yeah. But now it's the law. Come on.
I'll take my chances with a jury. Who's going to take the word of scum like Beal and Tang? And two officers who couldn't hack it.
I carried them, you know. Both of them.
You ask the public, DC Glaze, if they really care if a jumped-up petty thief and a drug dealer get a kicking.
Come on. Got a nice cell next to Beal's cousin for you.
Don't try to be clever, Don. The same you and me, both doing a dirty, lousy job because no one else will. It's them against us.
No, Mark. Not us. You telling me you never bent the rules?
Never. Shut up.